At point, 6'7"
And after a thorough search, Phoenix this summer hiring Jordan Ott as their new coach challenge.
So, BA, last season, Jordan Ott was an assistant in Cleveland under Coach of the Year, Kenny Atkinson. Before that, he was in Los Angeles and in Brooklyn. He's someone I'm told the Suns believe is innovative, has a good way with players as well. But can he find success with the Suns team that's had a good club of coaches in recent years?
Yeah, he's one of the many coaches still on the payroll right now.
I would imagine they would give Jordan Ott a little bit more leeway for the next few years.
And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. They've got Luka Doncic, Walker Kessler out there with Butler. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's Hunter in at the small forward position. Williamson finds Hartenstein. Some nice ball movement by Phoenix. Clock at 4. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
The inside ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
Outside Hunter. Back to Doncic. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a Memphis shooting their first free throws here tonight. You know, Sean, last year we heard stars like Kevin Durant say they wish more attention was paid to the game. There is great attention paid to the game in a lot of different areas, and I know a lot of the older players are a little uncomfortable with that. Where do you stand?
Well, listen, BA, every player deserves to have their perspective heard, and they're the ones playing. They're the product at the end of the day. Trades, signings, free agency, coach hiring, fines, that's all a part of the game as well. I think everyone in the game understands that. For me, as long as I'm being fair, accurate, responsible with everything that I do and my information, that's all that matters. I think that's all players, coaches, execs care about.
Here's Ball. After Memphis picked up the 3 with their last shot. Kicks it out to Williamson. Puts up a 3. Memphis with a rebound.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly opened it.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
And it's Doncic missing. The Suns have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. So we talk a lot about LeBron James, his future as a player. But we also start thinking about expansion of the NBA. What do you think LeBron James' future as a potential owner is?
You know, LeBron James has told me over the past year he wants to be an NBA owner after his career is over, preferably in Las Vegas. If the NBA expands in Vegas, gets a team there, he very much wants to be the owner of that team. And he's someone that's valued at $1 billion. Let's see what happens when his career is over.
I think he can afford it.
I think so.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. After the basket by Phoenix on the other end. Doncic. And again, it's Memphis missing. Here's Porter. Good on the baseline.
It's so smooth from the mid-range area. Porter Jr. doesn't need a lot of wiggle room to feel comfortable firing away.
Outside Coulibaly. Doncic against Ball. Doncic, no good.
It's a tough stretch for him right now. He may want to find a different way to stay involved.
And it's new CBA shows. Powerhouse teams faced with tough choices on their rosters.
That's the one part about the season. It's becoming difficult to keep everyone in the fold. Perhaps made dynasties less even when the modern era. We've already seen increasing amount of parity in today's NBA.
One thing's for sure, you better develop your younger players as well.
And on that note, BA, there's no better place to look at than Oklahoma City.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Caruso, he's checked in for Porter Jr. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Monk. There's the triple. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. They defeated Utah in their last game.
And as a rule of thumb, the road can really test your team's depth. They all stepped up and collectively produced a lot of points.
In a hostile environment like that, the bench energy can really make a difference for your starter.
Here's Simmons, following the score by Phoenix. Screen on Ball. To the inside, to halt the run. The kick out to Simmons. Hurdle, screen on Ball. Simmons, the pass to Pirtle. Yes. And that's Simmons with the assist.
Yeah, well, if you're looking for a pick-and-roll partner, Pirtle is a good man to call on.
Pass to Hartenstein. Now here's Ball. Goes up on the wing. Out left to the wing. Goes back up. Strawther grabs a miss.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Kuzma for three. The shot won't fall. Well, good close contest so far. We finished the first quarter. The Suns on top, up 3. After this... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And for Phoenix, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Well, it's hard to get stops in this league with so much talent offensively. I love what they are doing right now.
So, on the floor from Memphis to kick off the second quarter. We've got Kyle Kuzma. He's out there with Jakob Poeltl. Butler out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Strawther in at the 2. And Shams are seeing a transition in regional media, the RSN, Regional Sports Network, with cord cutting impacting revenues.
Yeah, local RSN is a big part of the NBA, and the availability of local team broadcasts this streaming is certainly skyrocketing. Every team, Utah, Phoenix, has their own flair to this, and it definitely has the potential to unlock an even larger viewership. The national broadcast is big, guys, especially here at 2K TV. But the local team is very much an important part of the NBA.
All-around game of Butler. He's all about sharing the rock and getting his guys involved.
And so the timeout by Jordan Bond here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Monk, he's checked in for the Suns. Here's Caruso. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Caruso's gotten his first basket of the night. Simmons against Caruso. On the wing, Kuzma. No made baskets yet. Pirtle, screen on Caruso. Here's Simmons. And it's Phoenix for the rebound.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
And the league instituted an international flavor for this year's All-Star Game, Sean. What more can you tell us?
What we saw be a in hockey, the NBA has been eager to increase the compete level for years now, so the U.S. versus the world format might just be the one to facilitate that.
Doncic is checked in for Memphis. They grab their own miss. That one's good for 2. Pirtle's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, that's just Pirtle putting in work on the glass. He is not going to get outworked.
Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Here's Simmons. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Here's Caruso. Again, Phoenix. Good for 2.
And you think their lead will hold as long as they continue to shoot like this.
Kicks it to Doncic. Jacks up with 3. Rebounded by Hield.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
And so it's Kuzma who brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. 6-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
They failed to create enough good looks. It just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Yeah, it was almost like they were lethargic at times. The urgency just wasn't what it needed to be.
And you know, in this quarter, they really brought up their shooting percentage.
1:46 left to play in the half. Butler taking his time here. Here's Pirtle. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Pirtle's gotten 4 this quarter.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Phoenix making some changes. Williamson's checked in for Porter Jr. and LaMelo Ball is subbed in for Hield. Then for Memphis, Kessler, he's checked in for Pirtle. Hunter comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Bilal Coulibaly in for Simmons.
With his size and quickness, Ball's pull-up is unstoppable.
Well, we know you got to get going, but thanks, Shams. As always, it's been fun and informative. Dude, always a pleasure to have Shams drop in. He knows everything that's going on in the league.
Well, he's really connected and he has great instinct. It's almost like he can sniff out the story better than anyone.
And the Suns getting another bucket right there.
And from the mid-range area, they've been the more effective team.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
From deep, here's Doncic. Williams grabs the board.
This is a game he'd like to forget. But the worst part is bringing down the whole squad.
For three. Yes, sir. And it's all of the assist that time. Ball's got 8.
It's just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Ball against Doncic. Oh, Luka playing grown man ball inside.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Up in time. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Well, that's going to give them a shot in the arm, and now they'll go into the locker room with all kinds of confidence.
And so we wrap up the first half. Phoenix out in front, leading by 14. And we'll see it back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Where is the rebounding? They're getting pushed around and eaten alive. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah, that's something they need to fix if they want to get back. And moving along, a metric for that first half. Love me some metrics. Checking out the top performer on each team. And that's a wrap on halftime.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Malik Monk really making a difference here.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Zion Williamson out there with Michael Porter. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Ball, and it's Monk in at the 2-guard position. And that's the group for Jordan Ott as we begin the second half. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, this September, Grizzlies legend Marc Gasol was enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame, a three-time All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year. Marc was acquired in a trade for his brother, Pau Gasol, who was likewise an All-Star with the Grizzlies. Marc, a fixture on and off the court in Memphis. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Butler. Down low. Butler drops it in. You know, I heard Steve Kerr talking about this concept, the ball and stick theory, Tim, that some guys just have natural hand-eye coordination and will excel in any sport. Do you agree with that?
Completely agree. Typically, we think of athletic ability involving speed or quickness or verticality, but I think that hand-eye is critical and counts just as much as those other traits.
And passing full stride on his way to the big slam.
Well, he's just a jack of all trades. In addition to his scoring and defense, Butler is also a solid distributor.
Ball finds Williamson. And they double up Williamson. Over Butler. 5 on the clock. Porter's shot is off.
Yeah, just 25% to start this half. They're going to have to start getting higher percentage shots.
Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Here's Doncic. Nice finish from Luka.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He might have seen something he needs to review with his guys. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You take a look at Toronto. They pulled themselves up to the second place spot.
Well, right now for the Suns, they've managed to get into the top spot in the rankings, but that doesn't mean they can let their foot off the gas. They now have a bullseye on their back, and everyone wants to beat the best.
Here's Coulibaly. Here's Butler. On a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The Suns lead by 10. Williamson looking around. Long passes to Williamson. Outside corner. Pass the ball. Beyond the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Doncic shot is good.
Oh, Luka is so skilled at using his body to create good looks inside.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. Well, when you think about all the miles Jimmy Butler has on his legs now, how many more does he have left?
Well, he's been showing the level for a long time. What separates him from the pack is his sheer build and his IQ. So he might just surprise us a little.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Phoenix making some changes. Caruso comes in for Michael Porter, and it's Lonzo Ball in for Parker. So Memphis going with an almost entire new group here. Hurdles checked in for Kessler. Kuzma comes in for Jimmy Butler. Strawthers checked in for Hunter, and Ben Simmons subbed in for Coulibaly. Kuzma outside. Back to Simmons. Hurdle with a screen on Ball. Simmons, the pass to Hurdle. And the dunk by Hurdle.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
In order to cut into a lead the way that they have, you must be outstanding on both ends.
On the wing. That's Williamson. Here's Ball, guarded by Doncic. Ball passes to Williamson. Over Simmons. Williamson, no good. Grizzlies trail by 6. Now Doncic, covered by Williamson. Fires the 3. Doncic, no good. Caruso outside. Here's Ball. Hurdle grabs a miss. It's an even 3-on-3 break. From deep, here's Simmons. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Phoenix leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass on the game.
And right there, he wasn't a ball stopper. He kept his eyes up and his options open.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the court for Memphis, Jakob Hurdle out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Ben Simmons. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Strawther in at the 2. Here's Ball. Can't nail the jumper. Grizzlies trail by 4. Outside Butler. Pass to Strawther. 4-3. Jackson Davis grabs the miss. Phoenix has got 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Ball outside. Back to Adams. With the block.
Yeah, forget about it. If Hurdle's in the paint, he's going to use his size to measure everything in there.
What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
It is nice to have a playmaker who can also get up and finish like that.
Fields checked in for Jackson Davis. Doncic is checked in for Memphis. Here's Caruso. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. And the Suns lead by 4.
Great to see players still working the in-between areas. There wasn't much resistance defensively.
Back to Butler. Inside. Hurdle. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Butler's got assist number 8 now on the night. The Suns have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Ball outside. Over to the wing. Some nice ball movement by Phoenix. Try from 19. Cleared away by Kuzma. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Now let's head over to the sidelines for a report on Michael Porter. Allie, how is he?
Guys, I was able to talk with Phoenix head athletic trainer about his status. We know that it's a strain causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. The return to the floor was very 50-50, kind of getting bringed up with sideline ready players. Everyone's built a little differently, so guys, he's going to brave it out.
Okay, Allie, thanks.
Well, that's an injury no player wants to deal with, but as we know, so many guys have dealt with it at some point.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
He pleaded with his guys to keep their emotions in check, saying, "You're battling right now. Continue to play smart. Don't try to be a hero out there. Play for one another." Guys, let's see what happens.
Allie, thank you. And that basket is good.
Oh, clutch points from Ball. You can't forget he's 6'7", and that really helps him get shots off when it matters the most.
Doncic. Yes, sir! Make it in the layup.
And from the moment he stepped into the league, Luka's been a big-time player.
Oh, passes one in from distance.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants the ball in the game on the line.
And that is great leadership. He certainly has that clutch key that every team needs.
Doncic. Got a piece of it.
You gotta love the hustle from Ball. Great job rising up to send it back.
Kessler with a rebound. Memphis trailing here. Right side, Koulibaly.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Williamson outside. Now Monk. Pulls it from 20. Again. Outside ball. Jackson with 3. It's good from the end of the arc.
There's absolutely no fear in his eyes.
What a huge shot at this point of the game.
And timeout is called by Tomas Isolo. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Outside Koulibaly. Now Doncic. Beyond the arc. Cleared away by Hartenstein.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot I typically make.
Taking his time here. He fires. Clock at 6. Oh, the shot is over. Timeout. Timeout. Called by Tomas Isolo. There is a lot on the line. And he's determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
A chance to tie it up here.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
Doncic. Here's the floater. Count it.
That's a move you won't see many guys make. Impressive stuff.
And the timeout called here by Jordan. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Ball fires. The triple drop.
During this final quarter, he's erupted from outside the arc. Just assume every three he takes now is going in.
So this game sees Phoenix taking this one. What a performance they have here on today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. And let's reveal our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.
Okay. Have you Oh my god. And may I add, I'm not cheating this out. Look, I know. I had to turn that off. Right but what was I gonna do? What was I gonna do? Okay. Right. Okay. Look, I have this difficulty. I bumped it. Oh, well. Okay. That was just last time, but now it's alright. So, in the next episode, we'll be taking on the Clippers. Damn, bro. The Jazz on they're 0-7. So on the power rankings, the Timberwolves are 8-2. The Kings are 4-3. How are the Thunder 4-4? Because if you look at the roster, Jason Tatum, John Morant, Dylan Brooks, DJ Exton. I don't know that guy. Peyton Watson. They got a crazy. They're 4-4. With this, their starting five is insane. Jason Tatum, John Morant, Dylan Brooks, DJ Exton. And then he's kind of alright. My goodness. Steph Curry, healed up. No, six. I want to see what I could get out of him. Yeah, he's still injured. How long is he going to be injured for? 1 to 2 weeks? Dang. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed. With that, that'll be all for this episode. Good